Hand clap to the massive brothers and sisters. We are finally back. We finally made it to another reaction on the one and only Mystelics Reacts channel. Big up all yourself for definitely being a part of these vibrations. I say, Mystelics, we are indeed in the building. What is up for today, guys? I will definitely let you guys know what's up for today. But before I get into that, guys, big up Vicky out of the United Kingdom right there for celebrating her 75th birthday today, brothers and sisters. One of the Mystelics family, one of the biggest Mystelics family I have to see out there out and large for definitely being a part of this vibration. She always comments on my videos. I just want to show appreciation. Happy birthday, guys. I would wish that you guys also share some sentiment of happy birthday to her in the comment box below as well, brothers and sisters. But of course, give the video a thumbs up for her as well in that regard right there. One of the greatest supporters that I have on this here Mystelics reaction, guys. Big up on yourself, of course, for definitely being a part of this here vibrations. 150% right there, man. When I say all you, Vicky, big up yourself, man, you know, and all the individuals who are definitely being a part of this here vibrations. And of course, happy birthday goes out to you. Thank God that you are alive and well. And of course, hoping that you see 75 more. You have to live to see my pampo right there. Anyways, guys, without further ado, don't forget to do what? Click the thumbs up button. I would appreciate it like I indicated before. And subscribe if you've not done so yet, brothers and sisters. Subscribe and turn on that post notification so you can get the latest vibrations when they tend to come through right there and then. Without further ado, brothers and sisters, this is some shocking information that we are receiving, brothers and sisters. You remember these individuals right there? Yes, brothers and sisters. This is Daniel and his partner right there, brothers and sisters. And of course, they ended up in a situation that involved this vehicle, brothers and sisters. And unfortunately, you know, if you remember this particular individuals right there, brothers and sisters, these guys, if you remember them very clearly, all right, they were the murder accused. I know YouTube console, you have to say it like it is. Murderers accused for the life of these individuals right there. Individuals who were contributing a lot of money and resources to try to help the people of the southern part of Dominica right there, brothers and sisters, the SOUFRIERE region. And of course, they were taken, allegedly taken by these individuals right there, brothers and sisters. Something very interesting is going on. But of course, we have some interesting news that is something that might shock quite a bit of individuals. It shocked me as well, but I wasn't really shocked because I knew that that was something that they were working on. And I'll tell you guys a bit of that in a moment soon. However, we have Lofty. Now, Lofty was on the ground, and of course, this is what was happening by the court today.
Not any ordinary set of people. They were my people, my personal.
She's talking about the Daniel and Dominique individuals.
Friend. Dominique and Jonathan being Dominica for more than 20 years. And then people are my people. You hear me? And I'm really emotional today because that's not fair and that's not right. But the God I serve will never leave me, never forsake me.
You can clearly tell that she's really hurt as a result of what the verdict ended up being. For those of you who don't know, the murderer accused, these individuals right there, apparently they were granted bail today to the tune of, I think, $1 million, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, guys, they were granted bail. Is this surprising? She did. Let's continue.
Oh, sir, I can't believe that. Don't get it right. And then they're not fear. No fear.
All right, folks, let me just bring you up to date as to the information that we are getting outside of the High Court in downtown Roseau as we speak in terms of the breaking news. We have been following this case for some time now in Dominica, where Mr. Jonathan Lehrer was charged with the brutal killing of Mr. Daniel Langlois.
So he was charged with it.
And his partner, that is, Dominique Marchand. There was a first attempt for...
Wait a while, before we continue, why are they mentioning Jonathan? Weren't there two individuals in question? Because to me, there were two individuals in question, like I just showed a while ago. There was Jonathan and the other individual right there, who apparently was the quote-unquote alleged hitman in that regard.
For bail, April of this year.
Sorry about that, guys. My phone just filled up there. But anyways, let's continue right there.
Which was denied. A second attempt for bail just concluded this morning, whereby the High Court judge, Mr. Colin Williams, after hearing, yes, after hearing, well, I'm just being told by Matthias Pelte Jr. that is the third attempt.
Yeah, that sounds more right, because to me the first one they did was around the closer to when that situation happened, when they're trying to get bail and stuff, and then apparently some government official or somebody relating to the government wanted to put up a building for his bail. Remember that? And then the next one was sometime later on, and then we have this one right there. So yeah, it's about 3 of them, not 2.
Which means he was denied twice, and on the third attempt he was granted bail this morning in the tune of 1 million EC dollars, I'm being told. Let me just see if I could get the order bail conditions here for you, so that you guys could hear as to the order conditions that is attached to the bail condition here.
No, guys, before Lofty gets into these vibrations with the bail conditions and stuff, you have to understand something. We have an American individual who has no ties to Dominica, came to Dominica, was living in Dominica, was causing some sort of ruckus in the southern part of Dominica, where 2 individuals ended up losing their lives as a result of this. And keep in mind, brothers and sisters, the ruckus was also brought to court, because the individual in question who got bail, and they keep talking about one individual. Did they both get bail, or did one person get bail? I'm not really sure, because they took 2 individuals in. So what exactly is happening right there? I still need to understand this thing a bit better, because people keep referencing Jonathan Lehrer, the Jonathan individual. What about the other guy right there? That's another interesting part in that regard. Did they both get bail? Did one person get bail, or based on the conditions of both, they considered using him as the main person out of the 2. Obviously, they gave the condition $1 million as indicated by Lofty. Now, the question here is, how do you win this thing? How do you win this thing? This is interesting stuff, man. Before we get into the conditions right there. Kind of reminds you of the incident that took place in Anguilla, where the tourist individual took the life of a Dominican. And I remember looking at this. One of my friends actually was one of the individuals chairing this whole thing on to ensure that they don't let the guy go. The guy left, brothers and sisters. The guy who took the life of the Dominican in Anguilla, who at the hotel, he left. When his time came for him to come to court, he did not show up again. Now keep in mind, brothers and sisters, like I did before, the individual is an American citizen. I saw something talking about asking him to revoke his American citizenship and all of that. I don't know if that is the case, but if that is the case, that makes absolutely no sense right there. The man is born in the United States of America. Therefore, he's an American citizen. He's not tied to Dominica in any way, shape, or form. Yet still, they allowed him to get bail. Now, it's interesting, the person who put up the bail for him, like I indicated before, in times past, was somebody associated to the government, or alleged to be associated to the government of Dominica. Now, before individuals get into the whole scope and say, oh, this and that, know that Jonathan, the individual in question who got bail, was a passport seller for Dominica, for Scary Dem or whoever he was doing for Dominica, brothers and sisters, pretty much. So there's merit to him being released so he can go back and do his job. Not true. But he took the life of 2 individuals in a very gruesome way, to the point where there was even evidence on his foot. So they charged the individual with it. They charged him with it. Obviously, you have to have your day in court. And then they sought bail for him. They sought bail for the individual, and today he was granted bail in the tune of $1 million. Do you think he's going to come back? Do you think the individual in question who has no jurisdiction for Dominica, do you think he's going to come back? Now, the individuals who put up the surety for him, if the individual in question is associated to the government, and then they end up losing the surety, all the government has to do is give it back. If the government is the one in charge of this thing and they put up some sort of building or whatever, hey, we can lose the building or something of that sort, the government can then say, okay, give it back. Because the building then will be state-owned. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, Why then is the government or somebody associated to the government putting up bail for an individual who is alleged to have taken the life of 2 individuals? Why then is the government involved in that? Unless they know that the individual sells passports and wants to get the individual to go back and start doing business for them in that regard, and they don't care What are the consequences? This is why the lady in the beginning was so sad. She said, this isn't fair. Brothers and sisters, when you look at the justice system in Dominica, is it fair? Can you really say it's fair in that regard? Right now, we have been spending billions, not millions, millions of dollars to try to prosecute opposition leaders. Somebody who's blatantly, all the evidence leads to that individual right there. They have gotten bail. And that individual, most likely, if I was in the individual, I would not come back to Dominica. I would not. Why would I come back to Dominica? And keep in mind, they put up $1 million for these individuals. We're talking about passport selling, brothers and sisters. That is $1 billion industry right there. $1 billion is $1,000 million. So putting up $1 million, they can easily lose. They don't care about losing that. They don't care about losing $1 million when they are dealing in $1 billion industry. 1,000 million is $1 billion. You get my drift? So even if I wrong in that regard, government officials didn't put up nothing and he put up the actual million, that's nothing for the man. They are the ones selling passports. How much money they have made from this, who knows? Am I surprised that they gave him bail? Absolutely not. I was hoping that the system and the international community would have brought pressure on Dominica. And I think the Canadians have been putting pressure on Dominica on that basis. But look, they grant them bail now. Ah, you know what that means for Dominica? You know? We will find out soon, brothers and sisters.
This morning. I think I am standing in the location here where most likely you will be able to get a quick shot of Mr. Lehrer as he's about to leave the courthouse anytime soon and to enter this vehicle assigned to the Stockholm State Prison. It may be sort of confusing now to you guys as to why even after granted bail he will be taken to this Stockholm prison, but I guess by me going...
I think the reason for this is protection. They're giving him the protection to bring him there. Then obviously when they come, they'll come for him and probably send him out tonight. They're playing waiting for him, whatever, protection, custody, so nothing happens to him. And they send him out tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens.
Through the conditions, you will understand why. And the first condition, as I alluded to earlier, it says bail in the sum of $1 million. The second condition is that he has to secure approval of the judge of the High Court before he can travel. And also the third condition is that he has to revoke his U.S. citizenship before being released.
Yo, so that is really true. I heard somebody saying that that's really true. That is really true. He has to revoke his U.S. citizenship. The man born in the United States, he can always get it back. Anyways, we'll go through this thing in a moment, brothers and sisters. Let's just continue listening to what Lofty has to say right there.
So that third condition, a lot of us in the media fraternity, we are
very confused.
We are speaking about it in terms of he, as the court decided, must revoke his U.S. citizenship before he is released. So hence he will be taken back to the Stockholm State Prison, and I guess that third condition will be utilized by his lawyers and himself. And
that is going to be an interesting one right there. Very interesting one.
I guess it's after that is done.
I'm guessing he has a Dominican passport, so as a result of that, he will be linked back to Dominica. But do you think, even if he revokes his U.S. visa, his U.S. citizenship, let's say that is the case, do you think he's going to stay in Dominica? You think he's going to stay in Dominica?
The other conditions, then he may walk free. That is him right here. That third condition will be utilized by his lawyers and himself. And I guess it's after that is done with the other conditions, then he may walk free. That is him right here.
So that is him, but where's the other one? Maybe the other one did not get bail, but the Jonathan individual did get bail. Sorry about that, guys. I have to go back and switch on to my other phone right there, man. I don't know what on earth is going on with this thing. But anyways, brothers and sisters, let's continue right there.
Then he may walk free. That is him right here.
I brought it back a little bit.
Let's see if we can get a close-up shot of Mr. Lehrer as he leaves as he's about to leave the court area this morning. I'm seeing a police went for his handcuffs, and Mr. Lehrer will be handcuffed before he is taken back to the Stock Farm State Prison. That is what is happening now. He is now being handcuffed right here before he is exit from that door and into that vehicle that is designated to take him back to the Stock Farm State Prison, where I believe his lawyers will deliberate on the conditions before he can actually be released from the prison, that is. So in just a bit, we should be getting a glimpse of Mr. Lehrer, Jonathan Lehrer, that is. Was bailed today, but on very stringent conditions, I must say.
My question is, why aren't they talking about the other guy? This guy. No, this is
the police said yes, he will come, and that is he right here.
Sorry about the cuss words, brothers and sisters. Sorry about the cuss words.
Never be free. You can never be free, no mother pussy.
Yes, Lord. All right. Let's go a little bit more.
All right, folks. I just
guessing that's the one I was saying.
That's made you guys witness Mr. Jonathan Lehrer, who just.
But where's the crowd outraged though? Where's the crowd outraged? Where's all of SOUFRIERE out here saying no, you're not giving him bail? Where's the crowd, man? Where are they?
Was taken back to the Stock Farm State Prison after a court hearing this morning, where he was bailed, as I said, in the tune of $1 million EC dollars, and also
even US dollars now, 1 million EC dollars, we. Bruh.
2 other conditions attached to that bail hearing, which involves he has to revoke his U.S. citizenship before he can be released from the Stock Farm State Prison, and also he has to get approval from the court, that is the High Court, that is, before he can leave the country.
No, I know one of them will complain about they have cancer of sorts. The individual in question that just passed there looked like he had any sort of cancer. Anything of that religion? No. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, guys, let's continue right here.
Some more detailed information as to the, the nitty-gritty that went on here earlier. But in a nutshell, that is what I can tell you that transpired this morning at the High Court in Roseau, Dominica. What I can say as well, there were not a lot of people outside the High Court.
That's my point exactly. Where's the outrage of the people of someone who had done so much for them? Where's the outrage of the people? The whole of SOUFRIERE is supposed to be there. Well, sometimes this is not like it's unfamiliar, brothers and sisters, especially when it comes down to things like electoral reform and this kind of things that when I mention them, Where's the people? Where are the people? Where are the people? You guys claim, oh, he has done so much wonderful things for us. Where were you guys when those who took his life are now out on bail, meeting the stipulations of
like before, that we witnessed. You had one or two persons who were very irate of the news that Jonathan got bail. You heard some swearing in the background while he was being taken away. But you can well imagine the tempers, the temperature that have
No, the people are gone. Well, he's gone now, but the people are gone.
Been associated with that case in terms of Jonathan Lehrer. He been accused with another brother, Robert Snyder, an
Where is Robert Snyder? That's who I want to know about.
American as well, being the two accused of that heinous crime somewhere back in December of 2023. So folks, that is all I can report to you now. I'm gonna see if I can get some more detailed information, and as soon as those detailed information, I am in the possession of those detailed information to sort of help you understand what went on in a more full fashion this morning. I will turn on those cameras again to give you guys a much more detailed and in-depth analysis. So for now, thank you very much.
Okay, guys, let's go to okay. So this is the update on the situation involving this individual in question. Okay, it is hereby ordered that bail is offered to the applicant, Jonathan Lehrer, in the sum of $1 million Eastern Caribbean dollars, with one surety in the like sum of $1 million. I think that is the very same surety that did it or tried to do it for him before. That is, alleged to be associated to the government. Very interesting times, brothers and sisters. Very, very interesting times right there. Of course, number 2, the applicant must not communicate directly or indirectly, including social media, third party, whatever, with any witness about this case. The applicant must attend court on December 10th, 2024, and all adjourned dates until the conclusion of the matter, December 10th. The applicant may be permitted to travel out of the Commonwealth of Dominica for medical purposes, but must secure the approval of a judge of the High Court and provide details as to the dates of travel, including date of return, proposed address while overseas, and the medical facility he intends to visit. The person in question, brothers and sisters, come on, bro. Come on. Anyways, the applicant would have to provide proof to the registrar that he has revoked his American citizenship prior to being allowed to travel out of the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I'm guessing the only passport he'll have is a Dominican passport, but he can just go back to the United States. Well, then again, I think if he revokes his American citizenship, would he be able to go back to the United States though? And then reclaim his citizenship up there? Because he's born in the United States, he's not naturalized, no, brothers and sisters. He was born there, therefore he has a right to there. He can take out his citizenship, put it back on whatever. He was born in the United States. So that's a very interesting stipulation that they put right there. The applicant must provide a sworn undertaking that he would not seek to reactivate his American citizenship. Yo, these people are something else. Reactivate. The applicant must provide a sworn undertaking that he would not seek to reactivate his American citizenship while on bail, which means he can do such a thing, but they want a sworn statement, so to speak. The applicant shall file, if necessary, under seal an updated medical report upon any travel overseas, brothers and sisters. Why? The applicant must commit to returning to the Commonwealth of Dominica upon conclusion of any medical procedure. Upon conclusion of any medical procedure. Now, if he claims that he has cancer, brothers and sisters, he could say, well, my procedure has been going on for years. Years upon years, brothers and sisters. And to not travel to and remain in any third country, that is, any country other than that which was approved by or was given. The applicant shall provide a solemn gratuity to pay for any or all expenses that may be incurred by the state in seeking to have him return to Dominica. And in the event that he does not do so voluntarily and immediately after his medical procedures, the applicant shall provide an irrevocable consent to be extradited. To be extradited to a country that he was not born in. Now understand, they're trying their best to see how they can get him to, you know. But this is why they leave the stipulation on number 6. That he would not seek to reactivate his American citizenship, which means that he can do so. Gratuity, blah, 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 to expedite, you know, extradition. Should it become necessary to seek his extradition, they have to, you cannot extradite somebody who's born in another country now. You have to go through the government of that country. Why didn't they extradite the partner that took the life of the guy, the Dominican guy in Anguilla? Why didn't they extradite him? The applicant, where am I? Extradition, okay. Number 11, the applicant undertakes not to breach the laws of the United States of America or any country to which he travels for medical attention while he is within such other country's borders. The applicant prior to any overseas travel shall consent to having a tracking device fitted to his body. The applicant, so you can remove it. The applicant upon his return to Dominica shall reside at the Bois-Côtelais estate and not leave. So why did we put him back while he's on bail? Bois-Côtelais estate and not leave the Commonwealth of Dominica without first getting the approval of a judge of the High Court. Now, initially, brothers and sisters, if I remember correctly, wasn't he trying to escape Dominica from the south? I think it may be a fishing boat or something, and trying to leave to go to Martinique or something of that sort. And I think they stopped him in time before he left. I could be wrong in that. I remember something of that sort taking place, man. And I think the French government also got involved in that regard right there, where Dominica almost ended up losing its affiliation to it. If I remember correctly, brothers and sisters, you guys can let me know if I'm correct or not. The applicant prior to any overseas travel shall consent to having a tracking device fitted on him. The applicant upon his return shall reside back Côtelais and not leave the blah blah blah. Number 14, the applicant upon his return to Dominica must report to the Grand Bay police station once a week on Mondays to sign in, sometimes between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. If the applicant breaches any condition of his bail, or if he is charged with any offense anywhere which has prescribed penalty of at least 2 years imprisonment, then his then his recognizance becomes, the person put up the money for him, becomes liable to be forfeited and his bail may be revoked. May be revoked. Well, brothers and sisters, this is what we have right there. Let me see if I have any comments in that now. Somebody say it's a joke that surrender U.S. passport. The whole world is looking at an what is that? Ocholocracy. It is just a matter of time before public figures start disappearing. If you are connected to the government system, you can do anything and get away with it. Look at the smile on his face. He's saying I'm free. Yes, that's exactly what he's saying. This is a joke as far as I know. You know, brothers and sisters, you know, Dominica sometimes, you know, that's can freak you out, you know, if you don't have a strong head, brothers, Dominica can freak you out big time, you know. But the individual right now is happy. Look, the smile on his face there. He's happy, he's out. Now I'm thinking that the other guy who was with him is still inside. He got bail because he claimed to have some sort of health issues. That's why they were speaking about the health issues right there. But does this guy look like he have any health issues? Huh? I don't know. He could have, you know. But does he look, brothers and sisters, like he have any health issues right there? Correct me if I'm wrong. What are your thoughts on the matter, brothers and sisters? What are your thoughts on what we just saw right there? It seems like the court is trying their best, you know, to put heavy restrictions on the order. And he gives this solemn vow to Dominica. Does he have to obey it? Just like the individual in Anguilla who escaped Does he have to obey it? Say he's gonna come down and this kind of things. They didn't come down. No, they didn't show up. You think he's gonna come back to Dominica? Really? So they have another guy that's inside there. I'm guessing Lehrer and Snyder. Guys, what are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. I was going to say a number of things, you know. There was also another thing that I saw concerning the CBI, but that self is another. We will talk about that in another time, brothers and sisters. Here we have it, folks. According to, I'm thinking, that's all, folks, you know. Sometimes I wonder if we doesn't really see the writing on the wall. And that's going to cause a number of problems because Canada has been watching this case very, very closely. Remember, they asked Canada to run the case as well. And, well, I guess that's not the case, but that's a bail. But he should not have been given bail at all. You tell him to revoke his U.S. citizenship. He go back to the United States and reactivates it. Who's to say under which jurisdiction he has to obey? As a U.S. citizen, he doesn't have to obey Dominica's lineage, just like the other guy. He doesn't have to obey the laws of the land when he lives somewhere else. I would understand he was born in Dominica. And overseas, you know, and what have you. But he's not born in Dominica, he's born overseas. Who knows what other linkage this man has? He can probably go Canada. You want to put him with tracking device. Think he could just... Brothers and sisters, what are your thoughts, man? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. This is pretty much all you asked for these vibrations. Very interesting times right there. Anyways, guys, be real. Leave your thoughts in the comment box below. I want to hear what you guys have to say in that regard right there. Leave your thoughts, brothers and sisters. And with that said right there, be real. Salute the king always. Be positive.